a movie can only be exceptionally good if it has an amazing script and the actors perfectly follow it. However, in the magical universe of Marvel, things are never as simple as they seem. This is why the series is such a hit among the masses. When it comes to Spider-Man movies, many actors, including Tom Holland, have gone out of their way to surprise the directors and their co-stars by improvising in the scenes. To be honest, you will be surprised at how many of our favorite scenes have actually been the result of improvisation. Stay tuned till the end for secrets on how one of the Spider-Mans improvised the most favorite scene from Spider-Man No Way Home. Like the video and subscribe to our channel for more secrets on the Marvel and Spider-Man universe. Number 1. Tony Stark awkward hug scene. If you have been an avid follower of the Marvel Universe, then chances are you have seen the first few movies where Tony Stark and our adorable Spider-Man tried to build up their relationship. For the most part, it has always been quite a one-sided relationship for them, with Tony always ghosting our cute Spider-Man. Anyway, when Tony is dropping Peter off at his place, we see Tony reaching out to open Peter's car door in one of the scenes. Instead of getting out of the car as he should have, Tom Holland takes that outreached body as a sign of a hug and goes for it. Thankfully, Stark understands the improvisation and goes with it as well. The results? A funny scene that gave us secondhand embarrassment on Tom's behalf.
From your team.
That's not a hug, I'm just grabbing the door for you. We're not there yet.
Well played, you guys! Number 2. Tony Stark's Spider-Man introduction scene. This actually wasn't the first time these two improvised on the big screen. They had actually done it before, and the best part is that they do it so well that no one ever catches up to their actions until they reveal it themselves. The airport combat scene from Captain America: Civil War features Tom Holland as Spider-Man for the first time. But it was not the first time the audience ever got to lay their eyes on him. To begin with, the character first appears in the scene when Tony Stark visits his residence to ask for his assistance in arresting Captain America and his troops. Even if you didn't know, Tom Holland's audition tape has him and Robert Downey Jr. performing a scene from Iron Man 2. Holland's agency cautioned him against improvising throughout the scene. Despite this, Downey Jr. and Holland began to improvise their own lines. All of this banter that you see between them is all improvised.
Yeah.
Is this grant, like, got money involved or whatever? No?
Yeah, it's pretty well funded.
Wow.
Look who you're talking to.
Number 3. Tony Stark and Peter bedroom scene. When it comes to improvisation, Tony Stark and Peter Parker have the time of their lives improvising anything and everything. There was another scene that followed when Tony came to his place. When the two are done talking to Aunt May, or shall we say when Tony is done flirting with Aunt May, the two proceed into Tom's bedroom. There, the two discuss the secret that Tom has been hiding from the world. It turns out Tony came over to tell him that he knows that Tom is Spider-Man. As they are talking, both of them perch down in different spots. There, suddenly, Tony asks Peter Parker to move his feet, so he sits. This was actually not in the script. What's more, Tom was even going against the script. Tony wanted to make sure that the filming didn't get interrupted, so he just told him to move his leg, and the two carried on.
I'm gonna sit here so you move the leg.
Seriously, no one loves smooth transitions like this than us. Before we proceed any further, I would like to tell you that this upcoming scene will be a huge spoiler for any of you who haven't already watched Avengers: Infinity War. If so, you might want to skip out on this. Although, to be fair, we don't think anyone in this universe hasn't seen the movie yet. Anyway, we are all aware of how Infinity War literally broke all records in the film industry when the movie was released. People worldwide were flocking to their theaters twice, even 3 times, just to experience and watch again. But guys, one of the greatest scenes in the movie was improvised. We constantly see the team battling Thanos during the movie and coming up with different ways to stop him. However, in the end, nothing really works as Thanos gets all 6 stones. And when he does get them, he wipes out half of the universe as he had originally planned. As a result, our favorite Peter Parker also ends up turning to dust. Surprisingly though, the writers left this crucial scene up to Tom's preference. Tony Stark held Peter Parker in his arms as he said, "I don't want to go," again and again.
You're all right.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir. Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
In his own words, Tom Holland improvised the conversation. When he has to weep on stage, he says, he continued to recite the same line from the script over and over again. Spidey, it worked, because all of us were sobbing in the theater along with you. Number 5, Ned and Peter. What we love the most about the Marvel Universe is that each actor is as good as each other. The same was the case with Peter, Ned, and MJ. These three have had an extraordinary time playing the different roles, but they certainly wanted improvisation in the scene where MJ finds out that Peter is Spider-Man. To make matters even more chaotic, the writers gave Ned the chance to enter that particular scene. However, what happened after that was completely Ned's choice, no one else. The director, John Watts, allowed him to improvise the scene. As Ned enters the scene, we see him figuring out the situation. What's more, he even tries to convince MJ in his best possible way that Peter is not Spider-Man. All the bickering and conversation between the group is nothing but improvisation. Kudos, you guys!
The costume was great. For the costume party at the Prince's Castle.
She knows. I told her.
Number 6, I Love You scene. There were improvisations in Spider-Man No Way Home as well. It's no longer simply a rumor because the movie was released 3 weeks ago. In No Way Home, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield wear their Spider-Man costumes. Andrew improvised a touching sequence in the film entirely, as he later disclosed. Andrew's Peter tells both Tom and Tobey that he loves them shortly before those 3 Spider-Man rush off the tower and began swinging on each other's webs. There's a scene in the movie when I tell the other 2 Spider-Mans that I love them, and I improvised it. The only reason I did it was that I was in love with them, Andrew said. Isn't it hard to believe? This one huge scene for this movie that had the entire cinema cooing and awing was nothing more than an impulsive act by an actor. I mean, let's all appreciate Andrew Garfield for this one. Number 7, Mysterio scene. When we said all Spider-Man movies had improvisations, we really did mean all of them. No one was left behind in this journey to improvise various scenes. Even Mysterio, who became part of the second series, was in on it. After all, despite the fact that Mysterio turned out to be a bad guy, their connection was the most unforgettable in Spider-Man Far From Home. We've never seen a hero and supervillain interaction like this in the MCU before. This was made feasible by the fact that Tom Holland with Jake Gyllenhaal quickly became close throughout the course of filming. As a result of their strong bond, this began to emerge on the screen. John Watts thought this was great and decided to let them wing it when they spoke to each other. Several viewers were left reeling by Mysterio's treachery at the very end. Anyways, that's it for today, folks. Stay with us to find out more secrets that these actors shared on set. Comment down below and let us know which of the improvisations you like the best. We promise to bring you all the deets. Goodbye for now.